Hello everyone, this is your head coach Kuya Kyle for Smash Ultimate, and for today's class, we're going to go over a cool strategy called tech chasing. How to tech chase. So this will be a meaningful guide on how to tech chase in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We will learn what a tech chase is, multiple factors to consider, we'll define what tech chasing is, we'll go over what the limited options are when you are in a tech scenario. Then we're going to go over the three different types of tech chases. There's reaction tech chase, predictive tech chase, and platform tech chases. If you're part of our live Discord, we'll have a Q&A section at the end of this class in our server. But if you're here for YouTube, hello YouTube, feel free to leave a comment and I'll be happy to respond as soon as possible. So first, let's define what tech chasing is. Tech chasing is the attempt to pursue an opponent's floor recovery option and hit them after their action is complete. Because every action has vulnerability and end lag, there is a small window where you can engage before they can even respond. So let's say if you knock someone on the ground and they chose to do a roll in, you'd want to try to attack them near the tail end of that animation just because they're stuck and locked into that rolling in animation while you're still free to do whatever option you want, whether it be a dash attack, dash grab, maybe a charge smash attack like this Greninja is doing here. As long as you're inputting an attack or some type of attempt to attack your opponent near the end of that animation, they can't really do anything about it. Low horizontal knockback moves are great for tech setups, and when I say tech setups, I'm referring to knocking an opponent on the ground more consistently. Sometimes opponents will just get knocked on the ground from random moves, but there are moves in this game that are kind of more geared with low horizontal knockback that makes tech chases a lot easier to set up. So for down tilts, think like Yoshi down tilt, Pikachu down tilt, Lucina down tilt. Is there any other ones? You don't want a down tilt that pops people up like Mario and Luigi's down tilt or Greninja's down tilt. For weak nairs, I would say Fox's weak nair is really good for setting up tech chases. Jigglypuff is another great one. Can I name one more? One more nair that has a low knockback. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Who is it? I'll come back to it. If I get my editor, if I figure out what it is, I'll add it in this section right here. All right, let's move on to the next one. So let's talk about all of your floor options. So overall, there are 7 different things you can do, which kind of branches off of if they tech it or not. So let's say they miss a tech, which is what this link is being an example for us here. If you miss a tech and you're on the ground, you could do 4 different things. You could either roll left, you could roll right, you could get up in place by pressing up, or you could do a get up attack by pressing any attack button, so A, B, or even the C stick. If you do tech it, which if you want to perform or if you don't know how to do a tech, you press shield right before landing, you could either do a tech in place, or you could tech roll left or tech roll to the right. So out of all the options, if they miss a tech, they only have 4 options, but if they do land the tech, they get 3 options. But as you can see, they're all kind of like shared. So it's either like in place, tech roll, or roll to the left, or go to the right. And if they miss a tech, the only unique option is get up attack. Now with all that information, let's go over what a reaction tech chase is. So if your character has enough speed in their kit, you can try to see what option the opponent picks based on the animation, then position yourself accordingly to punish. So like we said, if someone's on the ground here, they're limited to mostly these 3 options, either moving to the left, moving to the right, or getting up normally. And what you can do is you actually start running at your grounded opponent just because you actually can't run past opponents in this game. So you kind of just be stuck running towards them. And then once you see what option they pick, you could kind of react and pick an option to cover that. So if they roll away, let's say if we're running to our left and the snake rolls to the left and they roll away, you run with them and you get like a run up smash, you get a run up grab, run up dash attack, you really get anything. but you choose to try to roll behind you, and as you're running forward, you actually flick the direction to the right to continue to follow them. And if they do normal get up, you just keep on running forward because you can't run past grounded opponents. They'll just be kind of like stuck on you to make the follow up a lot easier. The second type of tech chase is a predictive tech chase. Our textbook reads, you want to observe that your opponent always rolls in a certain direction. So for this example, your opponent always rolls in towards the stage. Because you're observant, smart, and beautiful, you position yourself at roll-in distance immediately for a big punish. So predictive tech chases uses the intel that you gain throughout the match to read what your opponent will choose in a tech scenario. In this example, Jigglypuff uses a weak Nair to set up a tech scenario on the Mega Man, and we read that they like to roll in a lot, so I just literally just crouch there and I hit him with a down B. That's what a predictive tech chase looks like, but most people will just call it a hard read. Either way, you win the game for landing these pretty cool tech chases. And lastly, our third type of tech chase that we're going to talk about today is a platform tech chase. Some moves are great at setting up tech scenarios on platforms. For this example, it's Yoshi's egg. This is even better for trying to tech chase because there's less variance on where opponents can go due to the small space on the platform. The smallest platform in legal stages is on Pokemon Stadium 2. So you can imagine if someone gets popped up and lands into a tech scenario on a platform, there's not a lot of area for them to kind of retreat to because they are limited to just this really small platform. So if you have a really big up smash, some up smashes cover the entire platform, like Sephiroth or Ridley. Yoshi's is pretty big. It's a lot easier to kind of like follow where you think they're gonna go, and you take what you've learned from like predictive tech chases or reaction tech chase to try to like figure out where you think they're gonna go and react accordingly. I think for this particular game, I reacted to it, or it was a little mix of both. Where I felt like she was gonna do a roll in, but I wanted to wait a little bit just to make sure. And that's how you kind of convert something as simple as like just one Yoshi egg into a stock, just like with a platform tech chase. And that is everything for today. So let's do a really quick recap. So today we went over how to tech chase. This is a meaningful guide on how to tech chase in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We will learn what a tech chase is, multiple factors, and how to take this knowledge to upgrade your advantage state. Tech chasing is the attempt to pursue an opponent's floor recovery option and hit them after their action is complete. Low horizontal knockback moves are great for setting up tech chases, so like down tilts or weak nairs. If they miss a tech, they could either roll to the left, roll to the right, get up in place, or get up attack. But if they do land the tech, which is pressing shield right before landing after a hit, they could tech in place or tech roll left or right. First off is reaction tech chases, where you could kind of react to see what animation their opponent is doing on the ground, then position yourself accordingly to punish. Secondly, there's predictive tech chases, where you use the intel gained throughout the match to read what the opponent will choose in a tech scenario. So here I'm reading the Mega Man doing a roll in. And the third one is a platform tech chase, where it's basically a normal tech chase, but when your opponent's on a platform. This is a lot better because when an opponent's on a platform, there's much less variance on where the opponent can roll to due to how small the platform is. And that is everything for today's class. Again, if you're here for the live Q&A, this will happen right after the live class is done. But if you're on YouTube, please feel free to leave any questions, comments, concerns in the comment section, and I'll be happy to respond. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.